The Economic Update with Tatiana Bailey.
All right, today's update, both the consumer price index and inflation have risen in the past couple of months, but when will it slow down?
Right now, our economic expert, Dr. Bailey, explains why they keep rising and if we could see it dwindle anytime soon.
This week's inflation data showed that February's CPI, or Consumer Price Index, rose 0.2%, slowing from January's sharp 0.5% increase. Year-over-year inflation is up 2.8%, down from January's 3% rate. While good news, this is unlikely to alter the cautious path of the Federal Reserve in terms of interest rate cuts, because inflation remains above the 2% target. February's moderation was driven by lower gasoline and food inflation, even as egg prices jumped 10.4% over the month. As the chart shows, CPI is slowly declining, but experts remain cautious given newly enacted 20% tariffs on China and 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum. These will hit the housing and auto industries particularly hard. Goods inflation, which was previously deflationary, is now rising, and tariffs will likely push prices higher. Experts worry about future inflation progress since February's CPI report did not account for the new tariffs, which took effect in March. Additional tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and the EU are currently on hold. The trajectory of tariffs is nearly impossible to predict as of today, not only on the U.S. side, but also on the side of the recipient foreign nation, which may instill equal or higher tariffs of their own. What is certain is that there is a heightened sense of uncertainty, and that could materially impact consumer and business spending. That, in turn, would impact GDP. As of right now, the Atlanta Federal Reserve's tracker is showing a negative 2.4% GDP growth rate for Q1 of this year, as shown on the last chart. This metric inputs data on GDP components as that data comes in, so I take it with a grain of salt, although I do pay attention to the general direction of change. I will say the large 2.4% drop is alarming. Even if final GDP data shows a smaller decline or a modest 1% increase, it could still put downward pressure on inflation. Why? Because lower GDP growth correlates with lower consumer spending, which eases price pressures as supply outstrips demand. Ideally, however, we won't need an event as harsh as a recession to bring down prices.